Is you been baptized? Is you been baptized? Is you been baptized? Is you been redeemed? Is you been redeemed? Is you been redeemed? Does you bow mighty low? Does you bow mighty low? Does you bow mighty low?
All right, shalom, Most High in Christ bless, happy Sabbath. All right, all praises to the Most High. Okay, today's, or I should say tonight's topic, okay, the seat of the scornful. Let me say this, let me start by saying this, okay. For you brothers and sisters out there that are reaching out, you're learning, all right, take your time. Everything that you are asking, it can be answered. You just need to take time and realize that, okay, repentance is daily. As you start to come into the knowledge, it's a lot of things you got to learn, but you take your time because you have the Spirit of Christ, all right? The Lord has granted that for you to wake up in this time period, okay? So you take your time, you learn, research, you reach out to folks, okay? It's topics that has been done. It's topics that's going to be touched and everything else, but you have to have patience. You can't just be the person who, oh, you know what? I want to find out about this right now. Right now. Well, what that's going to do, you might not even be ready for that topic because you didn't get the prerequisites for that. That's what kills me about a lot of our people. You go to Esau's school, what he gonna do is he ain't gonna even let you take a subject unless you go through some prerequisites. Meaning you gotta have a foundation before you move on. So right now you're getting, foundational material for some of you brothers and sisters that are tuning in and that are new. It's just basic foundation. All right. When you tune in on other classes, all right, some of the classes are for more folks that are more advanced, okay? But tonight's topic is for all of Israel, and it seemed like A lot of Israelites don't even understand this basic thing. The seat of the scornful. There is an anomaly going throughout the whole world, and it has been happening for thousands of years. Israel is mocked on a high level, all right? You had people in films putting on black faces. You had theater folks doing, putting on black faces. All type of things is happening. Even in the news, we're going to show you a clip. Even in the news, you had the old Fox reporter lady, Megyn Kelly, who's a devil. She's the devil, okay? You just can't cut it no way about it. The lady is racist. We know everybody can. If you are a person who have eyes and ears, you should be able to see that, okay? Just like Fox News, just like CBS, just like Turner Broadcast Network that a lot of Jakes love because they play the NBA Finals. They play basketball on that channel. They love, a lot of Jakes love that. But the same thing goes for Universal, the movie, big production companies that you go and see. Oh wow, look at them. They got a movie out. I'm gonna go check them out. They made their money in exploitation. We're gonna prove it. But first, let's prove the demon who was on Fox News. They moved her over to what? NBC. And now NBC said we're gonna take a gamble on her because we know a lot of the white folks love her and a lot of the coons love her. So we're gonna take a gamble on her, but that gamble has failed. Let's play the clip.
TV host Megyn Kelly's NBC News show is reportedly in jeopardy of being canceled following her controversial blackface comments yesterday. Yesterday, Kelly told her viewers she was sorry. On Tuesday, Kelly questioned why wearing blackface Halloween costumes was offensive. Several of Kelly's NBC colleagues sharply criticized her remarks. CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Michelle Miller is here with the backlash. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. Megyn Kelly today has suffered from poor ratings since its launch last September and has had its share of controversies. But Kelly's latest comments have rankled others inside NBC News, and it seems like this may end up being the final straw.
I want to begin with two words. I'm sorry.
Just one day after defending the use of blackface on air, NBC News host Megyn Kelly reversed course.
I learned that given the history of blackface being used in awful ways by racists in this country, it is not okay for that to be part of any costume.
Her audience gave her a standing ovation, a stark contrast from the response she received after her divisive comments Tuesday.
You do get in trouble if you are a white person who puts on blackface for Halloween or a black person who puts on whiteface for Halloween. Like, back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as like a character.
The backlash from prominent figures at NBC News was swift.
She owes a bigger apology to folks of color around the country.
Chairman Andy Lack also condemned her comments, saying there is no place on our air or in this workplace for them. Very unfortunate. Megyn Kelly has faced criticism in the past for her controversial comments on Jesus and Santa Claus as a Fox News host in 2013.
And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white. Jesus was a white man, too.
This is a disaster scenario.
See, so what's funny about that, go to Acts 1, because what they're showing you is how the mind state of these folks think. You think she the only one? Show it. Show me the other clip where she was.
When I saw this headline, I kind of laughed, and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa, you know? And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. Just because it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it has to change. You know, I mean, Jesus was a white man too, but you know, it's like, he was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa. I just want the kids watching to know that.
So if you folks that are new are watching this, she claiming that's a verifiable fact. When you go into the scriptures, Revelation chapter 1 tell you that Christ himself is a dark-skinned man. The point that while we're showing this to y'all, go to Proverbs chapter 1. Let's open up with the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. And verse 22, because what you're seeing, they go, oh, this is unacceptable. This is the network come out of woodworks. They issue a statement immediately because they care about losing ratings and losing money. It ain't because they care about the statement. They care about losing ratings and losing money. Because those same networks, we're going to prove it, those same networks, not it's a short 80, 90 years ago, was putting up scornful material. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. Let's go.
All right. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22.
Come on.
How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?
So the Bible, you so-called blacks and Hispanics, whose fathers of Negroid and Indian descent, we got history showing that you are the biblical Israelites. All right? You're the ones that they're always showing on the media, scorning. They're just consistently scorning you. Okay? The Bible is saying, how long will you blacks and Hispanics, love simplicity? You just watch something, oh, wow, well, look what happened there. How long you going to love it? Read.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
And the scorners delight in their scorning. You don't think that this man is delighting in the money that he made, huh? Off the backs of scorning you, scorning the nation, bringing shame upon the nation. The scorners delight in their scorning. Come on.
And fools hate knowledge.
And the Bible say fools hate knowledge. So if you are being simple, thinking that, oh, well, you know what? She just made a comment. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. You don't realize the dynamics and the damage that mocking does to a nation of people. It makes you look simple. It makes to the other nations, you're laughing and gazing stock. No one likes that. I'm going to show you another clip. We're going to prove it because somebody might be like, we're biased. It was a teenage girl. Run the clip. It's a teenage girl.
Now we're going to move on to our GMA cover story. It's a heated debate over a prom dress. See this young woman right here. She's being accused of cultural appropriation for wearing that Chinese-inspired dress. Okay, you're going to have to convince me here, Adrian. A debate over this?
Yeah, this is huge. Everybody has a strong opinion about this story. George, good morning. Keziah Dawn just turned 18 years old, and based on her choice of dress, one that many of you might even have in your own closet right now, she's been placed at the center of a fierce fight over what's appropriation versus appreciation.
Prom night turned into a Twitter war over this red dress.
I did not expect the photos to go viral this way at all.
Photos of Keziah Dawn and her friends out celebrating high school's biggest night called out, accused of cultural appropriation. Jeremy Lamb, outraged at the photo, posted this tweet writing, "My culture is not your prom dress." It was retweeted more than 40,000 times, with others blasting Dom's Chinese-inspired dress across social media. One of Dom's tweets in response, "I love and appreciate diversity and other cultures. I mean no hate. I love everyone." But others, including Lamb, say it was this photo of Keziah and her friends that's problematic.
They were wearing a dress and using a stereotyped Chinese posture without acknowledging the history behind that piece of clothing.
Dom claims this had nothing to do with being Chinese, but says they were imitating poses by a popular YouTube personality.
It had nothing to do with race or racial slurs, and it was never intended to be thought of as racist.
And many rallied in the high school seniors' support, one writing, "I am a Chinese woman. I support you. You rock that dress." Another tweeting, "We are very proud and delighted to share our cultural fashions with anyone around the world." Accusations of so-called Orientalism have also been leveled at Cardi B and Katy Perry.
Do you see the problem? The so-called white people, they don't even realize what they did. She don't even realize what she did. She didn't see no harm in it. You making karate moves. They thought it was about the dress. You making karate moves on a different culture. Somebody gonna go, that's disrespectful to my culture. somebody who has pride in their nation, but they've been bringing shame to the nation of Israel, the true nation of Israel, the blacks and Hispanics. They've been bringing shame upon us via social media, the TV, radio, news, everything. They've been bringing shame upon us the whole time. And we go, somebody get offended by it, then calm down, fires out. Oh, they offered an apology. They do. Don't you see that this is happening over and over again? And then an apology is issued. We are sorry. They go back into a high-power meeting. We dodged the bullet, man. You don't want to get these darkies upset. You know, that's where our revenue comes in at. If we got to, we got to let you go. If they start making noise, we'll let you go. You know.
You know something? There's a scripture that came to mind, brother, that hit me, and I'm just, and I really, if I may. And when you go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, because this stuff happens as a revolving door. I remember years ago, I don't know if y'all might be a little bit too young. This is the 80s. It was a sports commentator by the name of Jimmy the Greek. And also you had what's his name, Howard Cosell. And what they tend to do, they put racist marks within the sports realm. They'll say stuff like, look at that monkey run, or, you know, what's his name? Jimmy the Greek said something about the blacks was being bred like slaves to play sports. And they do this concept. This ain't something, this nation of the so-called white man has been doing this from his existence. You think it's ever going to change? Hell no. He's never going to change. It's just going to evolve. That's how he's going to keep on doing it until someone call him out on it, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm sorry. You wasn't sorry and you was doing it. That's why this scripture has to get pulled, man. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Okay.
It says, never trust thine enemy.
Scripture says, never trust thine enemy, man. Because this is in this man, so as he think of, so as he is. Because he thinks that way. He may not tell you that, but in his mind, when something happens, something arises, that's when them true feelings come out. Trust and believe that. Like when OJ happened, you better believe you had a lot of stuff coming out then. Then when the thing what happened with Kobe, some popped off then. Keep reading.
For light as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
It's never going to change, man. You know, I mean, we say this, and y'all keep thinking we biased, but check this man's track record. I just named a few people. That's all I wanted to really say, bro, about that.
And they don't really, it comes from a lot of folks don't even believe that they have enemies. That's number one.
Right.
Yet they're showing you consistently that they're going to keep scorning you.
Right.
See, the thing is, the Bible is showing us, live peaceable with all men.
Right.
Just live at peace. If I keep scorning you, am I living peaceably with you? I keep mocking you. If your family had a particular color that they wore on a certain day, bam. And then I come out, I seen you do it, that's your history. Then I come out and I put it on and I do crazy gestures and everything, do all kind of, stereotypical type things. You're going to look at me like, dang, this guy has some hatred for me or something.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he doing that? Why is he mocking? See, what you don't realize is that's called mocking.
Yep.
So go back to Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 23.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 23. Turn you at my reproof.
The Lord is saying, turn you at my reproofs, at my corrections. Come on.
I will pour out my spirit unto you.
Come on.
I will make known my words unto you.
That's why a lot of stuff is happening, because it's biblical prophecy. Come on.
Verse 24. Because I have called and ye refuse.
A lot of you folks out there, we are screaming to the high heavens. You have heard, this is not a secret. You have heard an inkling of the truth. Oh, wow, that's the Israelites. Whether you try to call it Hebrew Israelites or whatever crazy kind of context you want to put it in, you have heard something of it. You should research it. But when you do and you run into a roadblock, you know what you do? You stay right where you're at. That's turning from God's reproof. You're reading the words in the book. Come on.
I
have stretched out my hand, and no man regardeth.
Come on.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel.
You took and set aside the Most High, all the Most High's counsels, which he's telling you in the Bible, learn not the way of the heathens. Come out from among them. Be ye separate, saith the Lord. Oh, come out of them, my people. All of this stuff is in the Bible to tell you to separate yourself from that wickedness. Israel don't want to do it. You want to join hand in hand. You want to join hand in hand with the wicked. Well, the Bible tell you, though hand join in hand, the wicked is not going to go unpunished. The Lord's still going to do what he's going to do. Read.
And with none of my reproof.
Come on.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
What did the Most High say you do?
I also will laugh at your calamity.
So are they marching and crying for rights and things are unfair? The Bible say the Most High is just going to laugh at that calamity because you are not doing that which is required of you to raise up your nation. This is your nation. Why are you not raising it up? Why are you not taking pride in your nation? Why are you not doing that? Instead, you are worried about everybody else. And then another thing is the nation, you get so emotional when we start saying, when you show in the Bible, God don't even care about the other nations. He said that they're less than nothing.
Right.
They start crying. That's y'all. See, that's why I don't. That's the only thing I want. That's the only thing that I don't want. We're reading out of the Bible. This is the Holy Bible. God said that. We didn't say it. Read.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
So the mock happens when the fear cometh. That's why you see a lot of these newscasts and everything. They'll show a Jake's dead body on the streets consistently. They'll take and roll up on the scene and show it. They don't have no respect for that. But if it's someone else, they won't do that. They go, oh, we can't show that. Cover it up. Yep. Y'all have not noticed that. But that's because you're sitting in the seat of the scornful. You haven't noticed because you are not in the same mind state that someone who is angry about being oppressed. Someone go, man, this is oppression. They keep showing this. You have no mic to stop that. How you going to stop that? How you going to stop these guys from doing that? You going to march? That ain't working. You going to write a letter to the broadcast company? That ain't working. The only way you want to destroy this man, come out of all his customs.
Exactly.
Return back to the Sabbath. Stop buying and selling on the Sabbath. Refuse this man's jobs on the Sabbath. Forget about Black Friday, Christmas, all that stuff.
All this man cares about is his economy.
That's it.
If you keep the Sabbath day and you stop buying pork bellies, you stop buying all the liquor, you stop buying all that stuff, you stop doing all that, and you set aside, you start keeping commandments, guess what's going to happen? This man's economy is going to fall, and that's when he's going to start thinking, wait a minute. Because, see, nothing hurts this man but his money. Okay, you can sit there and cry, like you're saying, like the other saying. You can sit there and write letters. You can sit there and march. You can do. We've been doing this how long we've been doing this? Okay, we can vote. Oh, let's go vote. Everybody keep talking about something. Let's go vote. Vote for what? Another demon? You know what I'm saying?
Ain't even working.
It ain't working, man.
And then, man, another thing is you folks out there, you are so boxed in. Your mind is not even on globalization. You don't realize because you think this is just happening here. You talking about Christmas. Did you know overseas in Christmas they got a character called Black Pete? We're gonna show Swarthy Pete. He was what he was the slave to Santa. Black Pete. They paint his face black too. You understand? And it caused an uproar. Matter of fact, we got another clip for you. It caused an uproar over there. Watch.
I just got a package from my grandma in Belgium. She sent me one at the beginning of December for as long as I can remember to celebrate St. Nicholas Day. That's when their traditional version of Santa Claus, Sinterklaas, comes to visit kids and reward the good ones and punish the bad ones. And there's always lots of good stuff in here. There are Belgian waffles, there are speculoos cookies, chocolate, there's lots of chocolate. And then, sometimes, there's this. This is Zwarte Piet, and that's Dutch for Black Pete, and he's St. Nicholas's traditional assistant. He's the guy who carries all the presents around and punishes all the bad kids. You can kind of think of him like one of Santa's elves, except he is a blackface caricature. Black Pete has painted black skin and big gold hoop earrings and oversized red lips, and he wears colorful Renaissance-era clothing. Throughout Belgium and the Netherlands, people dress up as Black Pete around St. Nicholas Day. This is what that looked like in 1930 in a small town north of Amsterdam, and in 1970 at a local gym, and in 2006 at an elementary school, and in 2014 at a parade. I grew up with this tradition in Belgium. People dressed up as Black Pete, and St. Nicholas would come visit my school and take pictures and pass out candy. But Black Pete is a racist caricature. It's a remnant of the Netherlands' colonial past, and this tradition is now at the center of a heated political debate.
So, I mean, it's comical to the point of nerve-wracking. Because what you got to realize is, even overseas, people's looking like, hey, you got a black face on. You're being mocked all over the globe. You're being mocked. So, what you don't realize within the scriptures, there's a reason why all this is happening. There's a reason why it's happening. But because we're ignorant, we just look at it and glance, oh, wow, they're mad at Black Pete. But somebody who really got knowledge is going, man, there's a reason why we're hated. Read on in Proverbs. Go down to verse 29.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction come as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
Come on.
They shall seek me early,
come on,
but they shall not find me.
Come on.
For that they hated knowledge.
The reason why you calling on God and everybody, God, help me. Nothing happens because you hate knowledge. Because they hated knowledge. Come on.
And did not choose the fear of the Lord.
And didn't choose the fear of the Lord. Because the fear of the Lord is what? It's the beginning of what? It's the beginning of knowledge. When you go, oh, man, you know what? There is a higher power, and it's about righteousness. I better make sure I'm conducting myself in the path of righteousness. Wisdom can kick in on you at that point. You go, okay, yeah, it's not wise to do thus, this, and though, because the God, he don't like that. Simple as that. But we think, nah, we too busy worried about, okay, the clubs, somebody, and it's a new song out. You know what? Some new Jordans out. You know what? Who won the game? Oh, LeBron is in L.A. We worried about everything else, but there's something coming to the earth. People going to be doing everything they want to do, and then boom. Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 8. We just pointing out some points to you folks. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 8. Scornful men bring a city into a snare.
You see that? Scornful men brings a city into a snare. So you want to see, he just told you that event caused the city to go into chaos. It's the same thing out here. People are marching, trying to hold up petitions and everything else. Riots start, fires, all kind of stuff. Come on.
But wise men turn away from wrath.
But wise men turn away wrath. A wise person know, nah, this is mocking, y'all. Shouldn't that tell you somebody is not wise then? They keep doing it. Someone is not wise if they keep doing that. Think about that. Now,
let's go to, let's go to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 9. Because when you look at it for what it really is, and you just pay close attention to it, when you look at it, when you think of something like that, you gotta be wicked as hell. I mean, let's just keep it honest. If I know that something offends somebody, and it's funny because this is typical, especially Esau. Well, I hope this doesn't offend you.
You seen a little Edomite teenager.
Right.
She didn't even, in her mind, it never crossed that she did a karate move with a so-called Chinese dress on, even though it ain't from that traditional garment is not from there, but it's the principle behind it. And if he's mad at from his culture being mocked, shouldn't you be mad? They mock us all day, every day. I mean, pull up, y'all can just Google this. You pull up a video, hip-hop video from in another language overseas, through China, Germany, where you want to go. Who are they emulating? Straight up. I'm talking about moves, trying to swag like it, everything. Beats, everything. The reason why I'm saying this, y'all, is because if you're going to emulate a person and you're going to put a person up, but deep in your heart you envy and you have hatred, doesn't that show you that that's something wrong? Mm-hmm. I'm emulating you, but I hate you.
Yep.
That's envy.
Yep. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 9. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men.
Wait a minute. So what they're doing is scornful.
Yep.
The Bible says that's an abomination to men. It's an abomination. A filthy, detestable thing. Mm-hmm. But nobody, I'm going to tell you right now, it's so much embedded into our culture, into our minds, people bypass it. This event that she did, Megyn Kelly, is a highlight, bam. But it ain't going to be the last one that somebody did that. I mean, a couple months back, it was Roseanne Barr. They kept making, see, people, and this is why those stars go get high-powered attorneys. Because they get high-powered attorneys because they understand where the network, those broadcast networks, where they made their money at. They made their money on people like Al Jolson. Remember the guy, Al Jolson is blackface. There he is, blackface. Remember he got the ashy lips?
Yep.
But where you think that look is old, right? But you ever heard of a company called MGM?
Yep.
Look at the bottom of the lion.
Look at that.
Look at the bottom of the lion.
Oh, you let me tell y'all something. This man is very subtle when you're dealing with Satan.
I was talking about when we went to D.C. What was it, last weekend?
Last weekend.
And if you Google Maps, overhead D.C., you're going to notice that it has a pentagram.
Right.
It's mapped out perfectly because this place is witchcraft. And MGM Grand and everybody else in these major broadcast companies, they have built everything upon doing these type of mocks. Because what that taps into, I'm going to tell you, it taps into that envy. It taps into that jealousy. It taps into that hatred. This man is up there, he's singing Mammy, Swanee River, all kind of things.
You know what's funny about that? I'm glad you said that. You know why it's envy? Because they'll do that, but where do they always end up at? The tanning booth. The lips, what they getting now? Botox. At first, a sister having a big,
right, but that's even in when you show that Halloween picture, because they dress up in Halloween. Look at what the lady got on. She got some toilet paper back there.
Right. So
she said, I'm gonna be a big booty black girl for Halloween.
Right.
and Michael Jackson.
Right. They mock they mock us so much it becomes a culture. And we buy into it. We just, even remember in Living Color? And Living Color was famous for that. If y'all too young to remember, that was in the 90s. They was famous for taking stereotypes and enhancing it to the screen to the point where it made you feel comfortable. Because one they keep pushing this to our people is a movie called Bamboozle. I don't know if y'all know this, but there's an old movie called Bamboozle. It was in the 2000s. You can check this movie out. They said the word nigga so much that they made it like our people today. We call ourselves these different derogatory names, and we think it's cool. And they did it. And you look at the mentality. You watch that movie, it shows you the mentality over and over to the point where it becomes normal. That's scary, man, to think that you're being mocked and they just thinking it's a joke.
But go to Psalms 58 in verse 3, because Psalms 58 in verse 3, because you know what? A lot of folks, when you start to examine how they're brought up, a lot of these so-called white people that's in this country, I'm talking about primarily in this country right now, they were brought up in that ideology, all right? And it stems from their great-great-grandfather being slave owners.
Yep.
Their daddy profiting off of the slave owner. There's grandfather profiting all the way down the line. And you don't see nothing wrong with that. That's why the Bible says this. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The Bible says somebody wicked is estranged from the womb. You already know they're going to be wicked. Mm-hmm. Come on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
Come on.
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. So as you start to get on here, you've seen her so eloquently put, yeah, well, Jesus Christ was white. She's so just clueless. It's almost to the point of comical, but you got to realize people are believing her. People are believing. Santa Claus is white. There's no such thing as that.
Right.
It's paganism. But they'll push it to the point, I just want the little boys and girls to know out there, Santa is white. Just,
right, what'd you say,
ding
brother?
back.
Yeah.
It's just being a ding. Somebody can look, she's a dingbat, forget about it. But what you don't realize is you have our people who glance and look and is subject to all of that madness. Subject to it. Because the point what she was bringing out is because a lady wrote, we should make Santa a penguin. What? That's crazy in itself. Just paganism. So you are in a country, this country's not going to last for long, folks. Good luck, okay? Your jobs, we're going to do the topic. Lord's will, we get into that topic, that Myrie Clay. Mm-hmm. Your job, you think you're securing jobs?
Right.
That's going to be gone. Soon as this man the next cycle will come. See, what you haven't figured out, because we're studying and we're looking at behavioral patterns, we're looking at nation patterns, we're looking at spiritual patterns. Do you not realize that every 4.5 to 5 years you go do your research, all of a sudden terrorist attacks happen?
Yep.
Who's doing those? This man is exterminating people. He might decide, you know what? It's time for another terrorist attack. What you think happening now? Who's mailing pipe bombs to everybody? And you know what gets me? You know what gets me? Our people, especially the folks that somewhat think that they have got an education and somewhat have tried to be an upstanding citizen and learned, and I'm so studious, I'm intelligent, I can articulate, I just look at everyone as that's doing this as being just ignorant. A lot of those people have degrees, man, that's doing this madness. But I'm gonna show you something, and you know what? You man, for the brothers that are especially Northern Kingdom, you are not exempt, man. I just watched it. We pulled the clip earlier. It's a clip. I'm gonna show y'all something. Watch this.
Why do you hate us? Because we're Mexicans? The hate-filled diatribe is difficult to hear. We're honest people right here. Rapists? How many people have I raped? But the message is clear. How many drugs have I dealt? The confrontation between Esteban Guzman, who's a college grad, and an unidentified white woman happened as he and his mother were cleaning a yard.
It has happened in the past to me and to my mom. I was just so fortunate to be there and defend my mom.
Come here, little boy. No. Come here, little boy.
She was basically, no, she's not basically, she was being racist. She was being racist to my mom, and she was being ignorant.
It took place in this Southern California community. Guzman says the woman mocked his mother and invoked the president. How many drugs have I dealt? Huh?
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
This is a bigger issue because...
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
So she called him a boy. Sound familiar?
Uh-huh.
See, that's why we telling brothers, man, you can't escape this. You so-called blacks and Hispanics, man, you're going to go through these curses irregardless what your mind think. You can have different ideology. You cannot think that you're an Israelite. You can think that you whoever you want to think. You're going to get these curses. And it's showing you, she's pointing his face, boy.
Yep.
Called him a rapist.
Yep.
All kind of stuff. And then you didn't realize it, but she's basically pulled Trump on him.
And not only that, look at Trump. Look at what Trump's doing now to the other Hispanic brothers and sisters who's trying to come over to the border. Now he want to send military personnel now to try to combat that. Then he want to try to say, I'm going to tell you how propaganda works. Then he's trying to say there's Mideastern people mixed in with him.
But you see, but she's so dumb. You can't use the military as a police.
Right.
That you can't use the military can't be used as a common police person. So, but what he's doing is he said, well, it's some good of them. I'm assuming.
Right.
You see what he did, but look, nobody's really realizing he's only speaking for the folks that put him right there.
Right.
He's speaking for the top elite who put him right there. So that's why a person doing what he did, they would have been impeached, that dude. He talking on phones, unsecured lines, all kind of junk.
Yep.
They just got him out there, do whatever you gonna do.
Saying stuff like the dark-skinned countries are S-hole countries, and they're catching this man on tape. But then you got other presidents do the less things, and they want to impeach these presidents. But this guy gets away with I don't know what.
You know what? That right there, what we just showed, what it should symbolize for the blacks and Hispanics is they should really got to realize something. We're the same people, regardless. Matter of fact, when Lord's will, we ever get a chance to do the native series, we're gonna bring out all the evidence because they got so much evidence of the natives being smart, running things, having running water, all kind of stuff that they came in and destroyed. They came and destroyed and made them out to be savages. Called them Indians.
Yep, that's what Indian means, savage.
But the point is, you don't realize they're using that to split apart. They're not saying, oh, don't bring these folks over across the border or don't let these folks in because they're bad people. That's a lie. That's propaganda.
Yep.
That's propaganda. I'm going to tell you why. Because who said that when they let all those people from Syria in?
They didn't say that then.
And gave them all that money.
All that money, exactly. They weren't calling them insurgents. They call them refugees. Because when they call you refugee, they ain't entitled you to certain monies and different things like that. So they know how they're very choiceful with words.
Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 27. Job chapter 27. Bear with us tonight. All right. It's for y'all folks that are just learning, all right, tonight we are in the Sabbath. The Sabbath comes in Friday night, okay, and it ends Saturday night. All right. In the times of the Sabbaths, what you do is you make sure you leave that day holy for the Most High. You come together wherever you're at with the people of God who are trying to do the righteous acts of Christ. okay, who's returning back and repenting. You come together, you meet, all right, you study the scriptures, because the only thing that you have is this book right here. Job chapter 27 and verse 11.
The book of Job, chapter 27 and verse 11.
Come on.
I will teach you by the hand of God.
He said, I'm going to teach you by the hand of God. Come on.
That which is with the Almighty will I not conceal.
Read that again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 11. I will teach you by the hand of God.
So that's Job. It's showing you Job knows something. This is a spiritual book. For you folks that always reading Job, Job is a similitude of Israel going through its affliction. All right? We're going through affliction, just like Job. At the end, comes out on top, though, don't he?
Mm-hmm.
Read.
That which is with the Almighty.
Come on.
Will I not conceal?
You think God going to allow this thing to hide forever? You sadly mistaken. Read.
Verse 12. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it.
All ye yourselves have seen it. The Most High has allowed you to see the particular things that are going on from people who are against God. Come on.
Why then are ye thus altogether vain?
Why then, if you are seeing you're being scorned, you're being mocked, Job's saying, why are you altogether vain? Why do you love lies? Why do you like this? Why are you not wising up, going, wait a minute, I know what to do. We gonna come out of their customs.
Exactly.
You want to mock us? We're going to come out of your customs. Read.
Verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God.
Come on.
And the heritage of oppressors.
And the heritage of oppressors. Let's find out. We are oppressed. Somebody oppressed us. For you folks that have Stockholm Syndrome, it's the so-called white man in this day and age. All right? But for you folks that don't know history, every nation under the sun has had us in captivity at one point. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Read.
Which they shall receive of the Almighty.
Oppressors is going to receive something from the Almighty. So you can't deny, well, you know what? They're not oppressing anyone. Yeah, then you are truly deceived. Read.
Verse 14. If his children be multiplied.
This is what they're going to receive. If his children be multiplied. Read.
It is for the soul.
It's for what?
It is for the soul.
So anybody who's an oppressor, if his children be multiplied, it's for the sword. Read.
And his offspring.
And what?
And his offspring.
Read.
Shall not be satisfied with bread.
It's coming. Something's coming, because we know the word of God is true. Something's coming. As surely as we went into slavery on ships, as the Bible prophesied, as surely as you was going on plantations and picking different crops, as the Bible prophesied, that happened. You think this not going to happen? Read.
Verse 15. Those that remain of him,
come on,
shall be buried in death.
Bye-bye.
Sounds like music to my ears.
Bye-bye. Read.
And his widows shall not weep.
Come on.
Though he heap upon silver as the dust.
Though, because you realize, though the Bible is saying, though they heap upon them silver as the dust. If you look at this setup, all they care about is fancy palaces. Big time silver hanging chandeliers with crystal. All kind of different rooms, different banquet halls. Everything that's will be considered lavish. Oh, they sit up in the best. Oh, you know what? We did our news broadcast. Now we're going to go sit in the best restaurants and eat. We're going to go back to our lavish homes. And we're going to sit there and relax and all kind of things. Okay. The Lord said what?
Though he heap up silver as the dust.
Oh, though he heap up silver as the dust. It seemed like it's good. They're getting money. Got even all the fake prophets and stuff out there talking about money. Read.
And prepare raiment as the clay.
Come on.
He may prepare it.
He may prepare it Come on.
But the just shall put it on.
What did he build all that? Who did he build that stuff for?
But the just shall put it on.
The Most High is showing you, though he got all this stuff, the Most High going to destroy them and give it to you.
But it says shall, which means future tense.
It's a future prophecy. It's a future prophecy. This is why they hate the Bible. Because you got to realize something. The Most High is so powerful that this book has made it through to this day and age. These collection of manuscripts, who everybody think is a fairy tale, but matches up 100% with prophecy in today's time. Everybody thought it was a fairy tale. It was just Shakespeare wrote that, brother. Keep it moving. He's the brother that get killed. But everything in this book is matched up perfectly, and it's coming to pass. It's just a matter of time. The just gonna put it on. Come on.
And the innocent shall divide the silver.
And the innocent shall divide the silver. So all those little things they building, all the equipment and everything they trying to build means nothing. All right? Because once again, you know what? We get the email every week.
Right.
Every week. Jesus is about love, brother. Not with Jesus. No. See what I believe is that Jesus is going to massage everybody. He's going to give everyone a massage.
Right. A spiritual massage.
He's going to massage everyone. You're going to be feeling happy.
Right.
It's going to be like you're on opium. You're going to be on a constant high.
We're going to have that agape love, brother.
But no, he's the party God.
The party God.
John chapter 18.
They must not know who they dealing with.
John chapter 18 and verse 36.
Not my Jesus.
Yeah, not my Jesus, huh? Okay.
St. John chapter 18 and verse.
Let's say it for our good old fellow Mexican brothers.
Yes.
Not Jesus Christos. No.
No. No.
No, not him, my friend. No. Oh, yeah? You thinking about that? Okay. John 18 and verse 36.
The book of St. John, chapter 18 and verse 36.
Christ telling this to a high official, a high Roman official. Read.
Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
See, it's not the Lord's kingdom yet, sir. His kingdom is not of this world right here. No. Read.
If my kingdom were of this world.
If his kingdom was of this world, what would happen?
Then would my servants fight.
Wait, no. Jesus is about peace, brother. He's about peace.
Let's just say it one more time. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight.
Then would my servants fight. Come on.
That I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now is my kingdom not from hence.
So he was telling that to a high official. You think you're doing something powerful right now, you're not. Because the Lord kingdom not right here. It's not of this world right now. When the Lord comes, goodbye. Goodbye. And you holy rollers out there, I'm going to tell you right now, when you read in the Bible, when the Lord comes with the host of the holy angels, he's going to judge every man according to their works. Jeremiah. Somebody think, oh, when the Lord come back, let's show you what's going to happen. Jeremiah chapter 16. Yeah. Start at 15.
All right. Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 15. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
So the land of the north when did God bring Israel from the land of the north? Because the Assyrians is in the north, and the northern kingdom got taken away with that. They didn't get delivered from that. So what north is he talking about? I think y'all should be doing some very much homework assignments to realize biblical prophecy. You're still in biblical times. The Lord will deliver the children of Israel out of the hands of the north, where the top Edomites are ruling the whole earth, which is North America. Read.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Come on.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave into their fathers.
So that's a prophecy. He's going to bring the Israelites back into the land that he gave. God set up who should be where, not man. Come on.
Verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
So we are fishing, you brothers and sisters. We're fishing. We're saying, hey, you Israelites, you so-called blacks and Hispanics, come on in, come back to who you are, bethink yourself, return back, have some integrity, have some honor, have some morals, get these commandments in you, come out of the customs of your oppressors, all right? Return back to holiness and righteousness. Read.
Behold, I will send for many fishers,
come on,
saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord, come on.
And they shall fish them.
Didn't that happening? It's happening. Read.
And after.
But after we have fished all we can fish. Read.
Will I send for many hunters.
Then now it's time to hunt.
Uh-oh.
Now it's time to hunt, man.
Uh-oh.
That's it. It's now time to hunt. Read.
And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
So you mean to tell me they can't hide in their doomsday bunkers?
Exactly. Your doomsday bunkers, you're done. Game over.
Proverbs 21. Let's go back to Proverbs. Proverbs 21 and verse 11. Because let me say this too. Somebody might be thinking, whoa, that's so harsh. Because the networks, they offered their apologies. Why are you guys doing this? Somebody asked me. I said, well, why? Well, the networks, they offered an apology. Right. Give me a break. You got the networks been showing you what's the little show, Blackula. Yeah, they had who you think put that on? That stuff is not put on by people who just trying to put that out there. He's Blackula. Strangely, oddly enough, he looks kind of like Sammy Davis Jr. Not only that, it's the same people who brung you Tom and Jerry. Remember that cartoon? Tom and Jerry. They had black women up there with holes in their stockings. Call them what do they call them? Mammy Two Shoes.
Yeah.
Mammy Two Shoes. All right. Running down the street, teeth missing, all kind of stuff.
With a doggone scarf on their head.
But deep voice, got a deep voice, everything. Same places showed you there was a cartoon of the most highest racist art. It was called Lazy Town. Remember now I was showing you and Jake? I think we got that clip, Lazy Town. Yeah, watch this.
that. Take that. You take that. I'll bust your head. Lazy town. 1 hour stop for lunch.
And they put the then they go ahead on and put the woman out there, you know, she want to be high yellow, got her hair slicked and everything else. They got her come out there. It's all symmetry. But what production company was that, sir? Universal Studios, making money off the backs of mockery. Now, you think that's just that was ancient times. Somebody might go, you know what? That was back then, brother. Well, let's look at what happened in Australia. You think that was just then? You have
Back now with an ugly confrontation of the air. A man caught on video unleashing a racist rant on an elderly woman. As stunned passengers couldn't believe what they were seeing and hearing. And the airline facing questions about why it allowed the man to stay on that flight. NBC's Joe Fryer has the story, but first a warning, the language is offensive.
The flight had not yet departed when emotions took off.
If you don't go to another seat, I'll push you to another seat.
This unidentified man was directing his comments towards 77-year-old Delcy Gale.
I feel really depressed about it.
It happened on a Ryanair flight from Barcelona to London. Gale says the man was angry it took her so long to move so he could get to his seat. When a passenger started recording this video, Gale's daughter was in a heated exchange with the man.
Don't you dare shout to her! Don't tell me what to do.
Things then escalated between the man and Gale.
Don't talk to me in a foreign language, you stupid ugly cow. Hey, you stop. I will carry on as long as I can with this ugly, blasted bastard.
Eventually, Gale moved to another seat.
What have I done?
It's the lady saying, "What have I done? What have I done?" These are this is little pockets of incidents that happens to make media attention, because you don't realize what the media is doing too. They're sitting in the seat of the scornful as well. All right. But at the onslaught of it, this is happening everywhere, and you think you can escape because you have people like Serena, what's her name? Serena Williams. I don't know. She married an Edomite too, and she thinks she can escape. She thought she can escape, but look at what they did to her.
Just the emphasis on her lips and like her nose and just the way, the entire depiction of her. And I don't know, I haven't gotten a chance to read the article, look at it, but just like taking a first take look of just passing by, I think it's offensive.
It's offensive.
He's a fantastic tennis player, and we all should just see past that. And this is his job, isn't it? This is what he does for a living, and we've all appreciated what he's done over the years in all different cartoons. Some of them are very, very funny.
Just stop. Why she think like that? The other lady was like, I don't know, she might have looked like she might be Elam or something. She was like, oh, this is offensive. The Edomite woman was like, well, this is his job. This is his job. Do you realize that statement? She ain't see nothing. Well, you know, he's just doing his job. She didn't see anything wrong with it. Let's go, Proverbs. You don't think this man finna be punished?
Proverbs chapter 19. Matter of fact, we're gonna start at verse.
Oh, you going 19? Okay.
You went 19, then 25, then 29. Okay, because this is what's gonna have to happen. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware. And reprove one that hath understanding, and he will understand knowledge.
See, when judgment comes upon the scorner, the simple, which is stupid, going to be where start thinking, wait a minute, this is serious business here. Okay, but what the Most High going to bring, what we have here, 29. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the backs of fools. Judgment's coming, whether they like it or not, because you scorning God's people. As we know, God is not to be mocked. We know that. Okay, you can get scorn all you want, but you just keep on doing to God's people. Keep doing that. Judgment's going to be set up, prepared for scorn. It's already prepared. It's already set up for scorners.
And that should show you. Jump to 21 now, verse 11, because that should show you even about Venus and Serena Williams. They always mocking them. They had it was a controversy. It was two guys with dressed up in tennis outfits and junk mocking them.
Yep.
Then you had this real buff guy, you know, because they always showing you how they think she looked like a man. They say her body was like a man. So they had him. He was in there. So a lot of things is happening, and they're scorning. But you should as an Israelite, you should realize, hey man, they bringing shame upon the nation. Period. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 11.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 11. When the scorner is punished,
come on,
the simple is made wise.
When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise. This is why this man going to ultimately end up getting judged. The simple person who don't see nothing wrong with that will be made wise. Oh, wow, I guess it was wrong. Come on.
And when the wise is instructed, he receiveth knowledge.
But so when let's call that instructed. When you see that judgment go out, you be instructed. You're going to receive knowledge. Yeah. Psalms 91. We're almost done. Matter of fact, go to Psalms 139, verse 24.
The book of Psalms, chapter 129 and
139.
139 and verse 24.
Sorry, verse 15.
Oh, verse 15? Okay. My substance was not hid from thee.
Come on.
When I was made in secret.
Come on.
And curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth.
And curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. All type of mocking has happened to Israel. But you got to realize we are hid. You think if they really understood, oh, these are God, this is against God. What would happen? So a lot of people would be speaking out. But they ain't speaking out. You steady doing Halloween, dressing up in costumes, dressing up black. This guy got a chain around his neck like slavery is a Halloween game now. Read on.
Verse 16. Thine eyes did see my substance.
Come on.
Yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written.
And in the book all the members were written. What is members? Sins. All the sins is written in the book. Come on.
Which in continuance were fashioned, and when as yet there was none of them.
Come on.
How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God.
So for Israel, we should be coming back to the thoughts of the Most High. The Most High considers that scornful. You should consider it the same way in repenting. Come on.
How great is the sum of them.
Come on.
If I should count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with thee.
Come on.
Surely thou wilt slay the wicked,
Surely
O God.
What?
Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God.
They're not going to escape. Come on.
Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men.
Depart from me, ye bloody men. Who has the most body count known to man? The so-called white man. He is killed. You can't even calculate his numbers.
Yep.
Come on.
Verse 20. For they speak against thee wickedly.
Speaking against the Most High wickedly. Come on.
And thine enemies
take thy name in vain.
And thine enemies take thy name in vain. Come on.
Do not I hate them.
Come on.
O Lord, that hate thee.
Now this is David saying, do not I hate them that hate thee. It's showing you, well, how come nobody's complaining against David? He said, I hate them that hate thee. It show you, if you're against the Most High and you're doing wicked things and evil, you're supposed to be, you don't supposed to be in league with that thing. Right. Trayvon Martin, that's unrighteous, but yet, bam, there they go. Oh, Halloween again. I'm George Zimmerman, you Trayvon Martin. You got a bloody hoodie on.
Yep.
That's scornful, man. That's scornful, but happy-go-lucky with everybody. Oh, you know what? We're just doing it in cultural fun. Okay. Psalms 1 and 1. That's wicked, man. Ain't no way you gonna get around. It's no way you can slice that. But it's Halloween. We get to some Halloween.
Oh yeah, you better believe that.
A lot of folks gonna get judged on that day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people gonna go into the Most High is gonna kill a lot of folks.
Oh,
Psalms 1 and 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Come on.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You folks that are coming in, you're learning. Stay away from Halloween. Don't dress up into no costumes and all that other madness. The Most High is going to be executing judgment. Read.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners.
Don't think that these folks doing this is okay with the Most High. It's not. Come on.
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Nor a person that sits in the seat of the scornful. They're delighting in mocking you. Now it's time for you to really understand, okay, you want to mock? We're going to come out of all your customs. We're coming out of everything. We're returning back to Christ. Yeah, y'all doing Christmas, we doing Feast of Dedication.
All praises. Countdown. Maccabean week.
Right.
See, that's what we need to see. I'm gonna tell y'all something. We need to start making pageantry for that. Countdown, the same way they count down for their little pagan crap. We need to do the same thing with the How Holy Days. The How Holy Days is what we have to start looking at. Look, man, December 1st, okay, that's when we're going to start celebrating the Feast of Dedication, the true crusade for when they got back these scriptures from the so-called white man during that time. That's what we have to start pushing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They want to scorn everything and make us a mockery, but we are the true people of the book, and when we celebrate, man, it's going to be pageantry. You know, Lord's will, man, we all be together for that.
Exactly. John 8 and verse 46. Let's just hit verse 47.
Okay. The book of St. John, chapter 8 and verse 47.
Come on.
He that is of God.
So he that is of God, come on.
Heareth God's words.
You heareth God's words, meaning you going to do what God say to do. You can't get around that. Come on.
Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God.
So anybody who have a problem with what we're reading and showing is because you are not of the Most High. You don't hear God's words, man. You don't hear God's words. Because if you did, you would hear them, you would understand, and you become a doer. That's why Lord say that. My sheep hear my voice. The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
All right. The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we are to obey God rather than men.
If the Most High said you couldn't even move your tongue against the children of Israel, what makes you think, against not even a beast, man or beast, what makes you think that you can continually to sit there and scorn the nation? You so-called blacks and Hispanics, you are the biblical Israelites. Return out of this madness before it's too late. The Bible is telling you to come out of her. Okay? And with that, we give all praises to the Most High in Christ for allowing us to go over the scriptures a little bit, to have some type of mind state and to say, hey, man, this stuff is wrong, okay, and we need to do something about it. okay? And the thing that you need to do is return to keeping commandments in Christ.
All praises.
With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Happy Sabbath,
Happy
y'all.
Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath.